Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today I'm here with my best makeup products or favourite makeup products of 2018. I'm going to be doing a skincare recap of 2018, not a skincare favourites, just because favourites is hard, but I'm going to recap kind of the products I used and tell you what I think of them. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. But we're going to go through makeup products that I really enjoyed in this last year. Didn't have to find them this year. Some of these have been favourites for years, but some of them are new, and I will let you know which ones. Let's start with primers. You guys know my holy grail makeup primer is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. That did not change this year. This is the third jumbo tube of this that I will be going through. That's saying a lot. And that's just the jumbo tubes. I have gone through small tubes as well. So this is my Holy Grail makeup primer, but I've been on the hunt for a mattifying primer, and for me, I found it this year, or end of last year, in the, 2018. End of 2017 I got this. This is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I've used quite a lot of this year. This whole range, I don't know if they ended up in my favourites last year, they might have, but I love the whole Too Faced Peach Perfect range. It is just great for my skin. I really love it. It keeps me matte and looking good. I do not have it on today, but my skin's looking pretty alright today. I'm wearing a new combination at the moment. But this as a mattifying primer, it's mattifying without being drying. So I have the Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Mattifying Primer. I need to use this absolutely the most targeted priming just on my nose, because this is so drying. This controls my oils without drying me out, but for the hardcore days, this is what I use. But again, only on my nose. So I'm using a stick foundation today. And my skin looks really good for using a stick foundation, but I used this all over, and then just across my nose, I used this to really control my nose because it needed the extra help. But I love this. And then, new discovery this year, Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This is the primer I use to smooth my pores. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Did I find this year or last year? Maybe it was last year. This stuff is the best pore filling primer I've used, and I used such a small amount of it. If you guys, it must have been 2017 that I found this, because I went through quite a few pore filling primers, and then I got this, and I'm like, those are all terrible. This is amazing. Again, I just use it across my nose and cheeks, and I notice the biggest difference when I don't use this. Alright, foundations. There's only two I can talk about. The Too Faced Peach Perfect, and then I think this is actually dethroned. Where is it? The holiest of holy grails, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have not picked this foundation up all summer. We are nearly halfway through January, and I've yet to pick up this foundation. Usually through the summer months, this used to be the only thing that would stay on my face. This beats it. I have the colour Snow, and I still love this. Absolutely love this, 100%. For long days where I need a flawless makeup, this is a medium coverage, which is, I think, why it's beat it out. Because I don't work in the makeup industry anymore. I did for like 3 years, but I don't anymore. So I don't need to wear a full, thick mask of makeup. Now I still wear quite a high medium coverage foundation. But I get that with this. And I love it. And you get 1.6 fluid ounces, which is 60% more foundation than your standard foundation. And it's only like $50. It is the same price as this in Australia. I love this stuff. It is amazing. I do have the shade Snow and I need to lighten it, so I will definitely get Swan when I go to repurchase it. But I love it. I have my notes on my phone. Concealer, what have I got? Ah, yes. Corrector, my favourite. I did a Battle of the Under Eye Correctors in 2018. The winner was the Benefit Blowing Brightening Concealer, and that is still definitely my favourite. I think last year my favourite under eye concealer was the Tarte Shape Tape, and that has been absolutely beaten out by the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. One, because I only need to use one colour of this. Shape Tape, I need to mix two colours because they just don't have a colour for me, which is so strange. But the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Saying that, I have Shape Tape on today. Not this, but I can get the effect of Shape Tape without having to worry about using too much product with this. Shape Tape is one of those things, it can look cakey if you overuse it. I don't have to worry about that with this, but I also don't have to use anywhere near as much concealer as I do with most of my other concealers, like the Colourpop or the Makeup Revolution. I flew through because I just need to use so much of them. These I don't. This is also 15 mils, so it's 1.5 times the size of the Tarte Shape Tape, and over 3 times the size of the Colourpop and the Makeup Revolution. The normal size, not the super size. This stuff is amazing. Next we have powder. And again, I think last year the Too Faced Peach range was in my favourites. I love this stuff. I also really enjoy the Laura Mercier translucent powder in winter. Pressed powders, I don't really have a favourite. Rimmel Stay Matte's pretty much my go-to. Powder foundation, the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation is my favourite. Oh, Matthew Nyes Skin Finish Natural. That is my holy grail powder. Like, pressed powder. It's different to the Rimmel Stay Matte though. But the new kid on the block this year that I've got on my face today is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair. This, to me, beats the Laura Mercier because the Laura Mercier darkens my skin. This lightens my skin. Too Faced darkens on me as well, but I can put up with that for the mattifying properties of this. This is not super mattifying, it's just a sanded powder. So people with dry skin I know do quite enjoy this. Jessica Braun, Jam Beauty 89, has dry skin and loves this powder as well. So if you have dry skin, I wouldn't recommend this one. I'd say this one. But this stuff is absolutely phenomenal. I can use it to set my under eye. I can use it to set my whole face. I used this just after I finished up the Cover FX powder, in which I'm like, it's because I love Laura Mercier so much. That's why the Cover FX is so bad under my eyes. No, this was better than the Cover FX under my eyes. It looks about the same as the Laura Mercier. I know, blasphemy. I'll definitely use up my Laura, but considering currently, apparently Mecca's bought exclusivity rights of Laura Mercier. Currently, you cannot get Laura Mercier in Australia, so, and the Maybelline's way cheaper anyway, so there's that. Next is bronzer. Yes. Blush. I don't have a favourite blush. I have a very curated blush collection, and I pretty much love every blush that's in there. And by saying curated blush collection, I have a curated blush collection for a makeup addict. I currently own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blushes. And I love them all. I don't have a favourite because I've specifically, blushes is something that I'm not someone to purchase lots of. It has to be really special. And for it to stay in my collection, it has to stay really special. So my blush collection is basically my favorites. I love every blush in there. For bronzer though, I do have a favorite. And it is a favorite that did not get too much love in the last year because I've been trying to pan bronzers. But the love that it did get in the last year made me fall in love so hard that it's become my favorite. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in Tantastic. I know everyone raves about this. It really is worth it. I am quite fair and this is just such an amazing colour of bronzer on my skin. It really is not too orange, but it's still warm enough on my skin that it looks like it warms up my skin enough. There is a very fine line on my neutral pale skin that does that. That is, I don't have to worry about being too heavy-handed with. Like today, I've got on the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer I'm trying to pan. And you can tell on my forehead I went a little bit heavy-handed. But this is beautiful. If you do not like coconut scents, it will probably turn you off because it smells like coconut. But I love it so much. It is nowhere near as bad as the Physicians Formula Coconut though, of the Butter Bronzer. Which I don't think I've used all that often. Highlighters. You have my Holy Grail highlighter, the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Highlight 01. That is my Holy Grail highlighter. Some ones that have hit the mark this year. The Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swell Illuminator in Peach Glow. I was really worried at the start of this year that I would only be able to wear this in summer because it has a, as you can see, a very strong peach undertone to it. As I said, I'm not very fair, I'm quite fair. And this just blends out to be a wet glow on the skin. I have it on today. I can even wear this in winter. So do not be afraid of the colour of this, thinking that it's going to be too dark if you're quite fair. This is amazing. Wet n Wild highlighters. I just got, I swap, the illuminating palette. Blossom Glow is my favourite. I had the single, but I gave it to Erin. Blossom Glow is my favourite because I can wear it all year round. It is the pinky shade. I haven't played with this palette, so it's not the palette, it's just the highlighters. But Precious Petals is the one that started it for me, and this is definitely only a summer shade for me. As you can see, it's quite, I don't know if you can see, it's quite golden. But the formula of these for $6 is incredible. Absolutely stunning. They definitely have a little bit more like of a chunky shimmer compared to the Laura Geller, which is much more of a wet kind of look. But they're both stunning. And then, do I only have the one more? Oh, I have two. Oh no. Another Holy Grail to compare to, the Anastasia Sugar Glow Kit Starburst. Just for comparison, because I feel like I need to compare. This is different to the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow, which is quite pink. This is just like glow, no colour base. It's incredible. But what you need to run out and get the next time it restocks is the Becca Hatice Smith Berlin Girl Glow highlighter. I have had Becca highlighters before. I've decluttered all of the original standard highlighters. I only have one light chaser. I've decluttered my other ones. But this is so special. Again, it is that wet look rather than a chunky shimmer, which I find the other Beccas have the chunky shimmer in it. This has a nude base that shifts a kind of soft blue icy tone. It's impossible to explain, but it's absolutely stunning. And it keeps going out of stock. So next time, you need to go on a website that stocks Becca and sign up for the emails to get this next time it comes back in stock, because it's absolutely incredible. incredible. Obviously, all my favorites from last year are still favorites, even if I'm not mentioning them as like my holy grails. Like, if it's still in my collection after this year, I really did quite a strong declutter. If I'm not loving it, not going to keep it. These are just the things that this year really stood out to me. Like, I still absolutely love my Dior Precious Rocks highlighter from last year. But you can't get that, so I kind of didn't want to mention that. But just because I didn't mention them specifically doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. If it's in my collection still, I obviously get some joy out of it. Brows. This year I discovered how much, well no, I already knew I loved Gimme Brow. This year when I couldn't get Gimme Brow, and I had to use other alternatives, and I got this back, Gimme Brow is my perfect brow gel. 100%, 1,000 times over. Gimme Brow is the best eyebrow gel for me. I used other ones this year that were meant to be dupes, and they weren't. Gimme Brow all the way. Pencil wise, Anastasia pencils just do it for me color wise. I've used the Brow Definer, I use the Brow Wiz. They just do it for me color wise. I am using the Maybelline Total Temptation brow pencil at the moment, and it's a really great color. It is probably the best color I've found of a blonde at the drugstore. But yeah, it's the best blonde I've found at the drugstore. But Anastasia Taupe is just, it is my perfect brow color. Eyeshadow. This year, 2018, was the year of glittery, sparkly, beautiful eyeshadows. And my single eyeshadow collection grew because of that. I opened my single eyeshadow drawer and I'm happy. The MAC Shiny Pretty Things shadows, stunning. So they're a metallic or iridescent base with a glitter in them. Gorgeous. The NARS, what formula is this? Hardwired, I think. This is Earthshine. This is like the Becca highlighter, but in an eyeshadow with teal glitter. The Hourglass Scattered Lights Glitter Eyeshadow. I have Aura. I want Reflect. Aura is like the least glittery of them all. This is just like shimmer, like metallic gorgeousness. Beautiful. Marc Jacobs needs to get on the bandwagon and make the Sequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadows permanent. Because I have Topaz Flash. He needs to make these permanent because these have the most multi-dimensional glitter out of all of them. Now I do use a glitter glue under all of these because I do. Dose of Colour Block Party Shadow in Shall We Dance. This is relatively new. But again, it's just a metallic base with glitters in it. This is what I fell in love with this year and was absolutely addicted to. Amazing. Palette wise, did I get any palettes? I got Norvina. Got some Wet n Wild. I got some new Colourpop. They're all formulas you guys know I already like. Yeah. I just expanded on formulas I already enjoy. You guys know I already enjoy. Anastasia shadows, things like that. I did, again, pan quite a few palettes this year. I didn't pan the whole palette. I hit pan on a shadow and then decluttered the palette. So, this year is a refocus of just using what I have. Lip products are quite the same in that way. Again, I really focused on panning quite a few lip products, so other things in my collection kind of got lost. So I've totally skipped liner and mascara, but I will come back to them. Lip liners, Marc Jacobs pencil products in general. Eyeliners and lip liners, they win my category of pencil products. Marc Jacobs wins. 100%. Love Marc Jacobs pencil products. Whether it's these new glitter, are these sequins as well? Glam Glitter Gel Eye Crayons. It's an eyeliner with a glitter infused in it that doesn't flake off and irritate your eye. Incredible. The standard eyeliners, the matte gel highliners, the lip liners, the skinny eyeliners. Marc Jacobs pencil products, if you can get one thing from the brand, you know, I recommend the pencils even over the mascara. The Marc Jacobs pencil products, and they stay incredibly. Other lip liners I've really enjoyed is MAC's Dervish and Huda Beauty Muse. Huda Beauty is definitely a creamier lip pencil, very similar to the Marc Jacobs in formula-wise, but I find it a little bit thicker, whereas the MAC is a much drier traditional pencil. But I really like both of those formulas. I find they stay really well. Lipsticks, as I said, I jumped around a lot. The thing that stood out for me was Too Faced Queen Bee is my perfect mauvey colour. I really enjoy it. Lip gloss, I used a few. I really found I enjoy the MAC Cream Sheen Glass formula. That's quite a nice formula, but it's not something I'd go out and buy because I much preferred using the Urban Decay High Shine lip glosses. They were phenomenal. I only used a mini up, but I preferred that mini formula over all of the other formulas. What I have on today is the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe, and this is definitely something I consider to be a special product. It just is. If you want metallic to your lip, do it with one of these. Don't get a metallic lipstick. Get one of these. It just adds so much dimension to your lip look. I love it. I already mentioned eyeliners, Marc Jacobs, mascaras. I have quite a few. The comparisons of ones, so I have 3 new mascaras I've tried this year that hit the mark. And then I have my 2 Holy Grail OGs that they had to compete against, which are Tarte Lights Camera Lashes and Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. So, but I recommend the pencils over the mascara because you get way more use out of pencils than mascara. But I freaking love that mascara. The new ones that I fell in love with this year were the Essence Lash Princess in the mint. Specifically the mint. I hated the purple. I liked the peach. Mint was my favorite. And then 2 that snuck in at the end here, because I used Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir and Tarte Lights Camera Lashes quite a lot this year. The Stila Huge Extreme Lash, which has the same wand as the Marc Jacobs, but also, therefore, that is the same one as Too Faced Better Than Sex, which I do not like, and L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which I'm pretty sure I got a dodgy one of because it dried out in 2 weeks, like really quickly, but I know it dries out quickly, so I don't know. So I ended up with 2 samples of this. This is my second. I used up a full one, and I loved it. This is what I'm wearing today. I love this mascara. It gives you full, thick lashes exactly like the Marc Jacobs does. I freaking love it. And then when I want something still full, thick, and beautiful, but not quite as intense as this, we have the Hourglass Caution Extreme Mascara. This stuff is magical. I don't quite know how this separates and volumizes at the same time, because every other volumizing mascara I have clumps together and you've got to run it through in it. This doesn't clump together in the first place. I don't understand how. It's freaking magic. I cannot use this on my bottom lashes, it's too much. This, I can do both. It's freaking amazing. and I basically used it for all of December. I had both these. This I wore on Christmas and like event things. This I wore every day. Freaking incredible. I love it so much. Setting sprays, nothing beats MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter for me. MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter. They're my two go-to. I finished with Fix Plus, set with the Urban Decay. It's just the way it is. Fragrances, I ran through my YSL Black Opium this year. I really love Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb, Bon Bon, and YSL Mon Paris. Yeah, I have expensive fragrance tastes. But that is it for the makeup favorites of 2018. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments down below what products you enjoyed this year. I would love to know and chat with you. Please subscribe to stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.